Hello and welcome to another Michaels and Booth legal learning video. Today we're going to be talking about premise liability. Premise liability refers to essentially any injury that happens on someone else's property. Now, it takes more than just an injury on someone else's property to actually have a civil claim against the owner or person responsible for maintaining that property. There's also an element of negligence required. Simply to go into a business and fall on their property does not mean that the business is automatically responsible for the injuries. It's necessary to prove that the owner or maintainer of the property caused your injuries through their negligence, and that, depending upon the circumstances on which you're on the property, can have different exact elements. But in general, to take the case of a person who enters a Walmart or Kmart or other store and say slips on a foreign substance on the ground and hurts themselves, it's necessary to prove that the store maintained its premises in a unreasonable condition, or it's necessary to prove that they had actual notice of the condition, being a actual knowledge of the substance that was on the floor, or proof that the substance was there for a long enough period of time that the store should have been aware of it. So for slip and fall cases, it's necessary to prove that the store knew or should have known about the dangerous condition. That can be difficult to do because often the person who fell does not know, have any way to know what was on the floor, how long it was there, and whether anyone knew about it. For other types of premises cases, such as dog bites, it's simply necessary that the bite happened on the property of another person or by a dog owned by someone else. In cases like that, you have to determine whether the insurance coverage, homeowner coverage, excludes animal injuries, which is a common thing in dog bite cases. To look at the more typical case of a slip and fall on commercial property, the question becomes, what should I do if that happens? So if you fall on commercial property, the first thing to do is to notice what it was that you caused the fall and evaluate the substance. See whether this is water, something oily. Take pictures of the area if possible. Document the circumstances in which you fell. There's likely to be a video of the fall most of the time, but it's often very difficult to get those videos from the stores without filing a lawsuit. So any document or evidence collection you can do yourself will be helpful. Speak to witnesses if there are any. If you fall in a place where someone sees you, it's very reasonable that the first response is going to be embarrassment or maybe pain and just a desire to get out of there as quickly as possible. That's natural. But do speak with anyone who saw you fall and try to collect names and phone numbers to the extent possible. Secondly or thirdly, report the incident to the store at the time. They may have some paperwork that needs to be filled out, but the most important thing is putting them on notice, letting them know that the fall occurred, and then seek treatment immediately. If you are injured, it's a great idea to go directly to a medical professional, be it urgent care, ER, or a doctor that you're already established with, so that they can take a look, make sure everything is okay, and document your injuries. Continuing down the road, make sure to save the shoes that you were wearing, the clothes you were wearing. Particularly can be helpful to save the clothing if it's a oily substance that maybe got on your clothes in the fall, and definitely keep the shoes and any other physical evidence that you may have. It's also important to contact a lawyer that specializes or handles premise liability and slip and fall type claims regularly. They are different types of claims than automobile negligence or workers' compensation or any other type of claim that is widely handled by personal injury attorneys, because there are a lot of special uh, rules and burdens of proof and hurdles to jump through in getting a successful resolution of the case. And many more of the cases require litigation, that is, filing lawsuits and taking claims to courthouses as opposed to a more run-of-the-mill car accident. So we would encourage you to call us for a free consultation. Call 1-800-438-3606 to speak with one of our qualified and experienced attorneys handling premise liability cases, or visit us online at www.michaelsbooth.com or www.forthevictims.com.